Henderson and Kane. Spence.
He was just trying to close the ball down.
It was travelling from Declan Rice, but all-time number of caps for.
Nobody gave Ghana a chance. Nobody even blinked. England had just torn Croatia apart. 4 goals in Dallas. Harry Kane firing on all cylinders. Jude Bellingham lighting up the tournament. The whole football world was watching England and thinking, this team is for real. Ghana were next. Ranked 65th on the planet. The lowest ranked team England have faced at a major tournament in 3 decades. Surely this was going to be a comfortable afternoon at Boston Stadium. The final score? 0-0. England versus Ghana. FIFA World Cup 2026, Group L, June 23rd, Foxborough, Massachusetts. And what Carlos Queiroz's Black Stars produced against one of the tournament's biggest favorites was not just a defensive performance. It was a complete tactical shutdown. A masterclass in organization, sacrifice, and discipline that left England's superstars utterly powerless. Here is everything that happened, and more importantly, why. Both teams walked into this game with 3 points already secured. England had beaten Croatia 4-2 in their opener. Ghana had snatched a late winner against Panama. Caleb Yarenki finishing in the 95th minute to claim all 3 points in dramatic fashion. So Group L was wide open. But the betting markets had already decided. England at minus 465 odds. Overwhelming favorites. Expected to confirm their place in the knockout rounds with a comfortable victory over the African minnows. That assumption fell apart from the first whistle. Carlos Queiroz knew exactly what he was doing. This is a man who has managed Portugal, South Africa, Iran, Colombia, a manager who has spent decades studying how smaller nations can defeat bigger ones. He looked at England's attack and he made a single decisive call: take away their space. Every blade of grass between Ghana's 2 defensive lines was blocked. Their 4-4-2 shape sat compact and deep, defenders and midfielders compressing the central areas, forcing England out wide, making every cross predictable and every through ball impossible. And then there was the pressing. People think parking the bus means standing still. Queiroz's Ghana were not standing still. Jordan Ayew, their striker, ran himself into the ground, pressing England's centre-backs relentlessly, preventing them from building their usual rhythm from the back. By every metric available, Ayew made the most high-intensity pressures of any striker at the entire 2026 World Cup on match day 1, and he brought that same intensity into this game. Let's talk about what England's star players actually produced, because the names on that team sheet demanded far more than what was delivered. Harry Kane, the Bayern Munich captain, England's record scorer, the man who needed just 1 goal to overtake Gary Lineker as England's all-time top World Cup scorer. He was completely stifled. Thomas Partey, Arsenal's midfield enforcer, tracked him everywhere, using his physicality to deny Kane the space to turn and run at goal. Kane barely registered, and then came the moment that will define this match in highlight reels for years to come. 87th minute. The ball drops 6 yards from goal. Kane is alone. The net is wide open, and he sends the ball sailing over the crossbar into the night sky above Boston. A miss that had to be seen to be believed. Jude Bellingham, the Real Madrid star, the player England built their entire tournament around, was a ghost in this game. 1 blocked shot on 30 minutes. Otherwise neutralized, frustrated, unable to find pockets of space that Ghana's midfield closed with ruthless efficiency. Noni Madueke worked hard on the right. Anthony Gordon pressed and ran. Bukayo Saka came off the bench and had a late curling effort, brilliantly pushed away by Ghana goalkeeper Benjamin Asare. None of it was enough. The numbers from this game are genuinely staggering. England attempted 19 shots. Ghana had 2. England controlled 72% of possession. In fact, their 78.8% ball share across the full match represents the highest possession figure England have ever recorded at a World Cup, going all the way back to 1966. And it is also the highest possession figure by any team in World Cup history who failed to find the back of the net. You cannot dominate a football match more completely than England did statistically tonight, and you cannot come away with less to show for it. Ghana had 2 shots, 2, the joint lowest by any team in the 2026 World Cup so far. Benjamin Asare barely had to sweat in his goal. The one moment he was truly called upon, Saka's late curling drive in the 86th minute, he dealt with brilliantly. Nico O'Reilly struck the crossbar late on, the rebound falling to Kane, who blazed over. Guehi had a headed goal cleared off the line deep in added time. This game had literally everything except a goal. But Ghana were not simply defending, they were threatening on the counter, and this is where the real danger lay. Substitute Prince Ayew was released in behind the England defense in the second half, clean through one-on-one territory, before Ezri Konsa slid in desperately to cut out the chance. Ghana's players were furious. They believed Konsa had fouled Ayew inside the box. VAR reviewed it, nothing given. But for a terrifying few seconds, Ghana were on the verge of winning this match outright. Imagine that, a team with 2 total shots, almost winning. And when you zoom out even further, the pattern that England keep finding themselves in becomes impossible to ignore. This is the 4th consecutive major tournament in which England have drawn their second group game. Euro 2021, draw with Scotland. World Cup 2022, draw with the USA. Euro 2024, draw with Denmark. World Cup 2026, draw with Ghana. 4 tournaments, 4 second game draws. A squad worth hundreds of millions of pounds, packed with players winning the Champions League, the Bundesliga, the Premier League, and they cannot get past their second game without dropping points. Thomas Tuchel brought on Morgan Rogers and Eberechi Eze for their World Cup debuts in the second half. Neither could unlock Ghana's defensive structure. The final whistle blew. England stay top of Group L on 4 points, but the mood around the squad will be very different from what it was after the Croatia win. Ghana, on the other hand, are celebrating. They are through to the round of 32 in all but name. They face Croatia in their final group game, and a point would almost certainly confirm their qualification. A team that no one outside West Africa expected to survive this group have beaten Panama and held England to a blank sheet. Carlos Queiroz, the man who lost 6-2 to England in the 2022 World Cup when he was in charge of Iran, came back, studied them, built a game plan, and executed it to perfection. This is the World Cup. Rankings do not score goals. Possession statistics do not win matches. 19 shots do not guarantee even a single goal if you cannot find the finishing touch. And sometimes, just sometimes, the team without the stars, without the money, without the expectations, has the right plan. And the right plan beats everything. England 0, Ghana 0. Harry Kane misses the chance of a lifetime. Ghana stand firm and write one of the quiet upsets of this entire tournament. The Black Stars, 0 shots on target, 0 goals conceded, 0 regrets.